Have you ever wondered what really happens when we sleep? Why is it that sometimes we wake up feeling refreshed while other times we feel groggy and tired? And how does this all relate to our state of wakefulness and mindfulness? In today's video, we'll explore the fascinating connection between sleep, the mind, and wakefulness, particularly from the perspective of Buddhist teachings. The Buddha spoke deeply about the nature of the mind, the importance of being awake, and how to live mindfully in every moment, whether we are asleep or awake. The goal of this video is to help you understand more about the states of sleep, dreams, and wakefulness. We'll also dive into how these concepts tie into Buddhist philosophy and how we can apply these insights in our daily lives to experience more peace, clarity, and a deeper sense of well-being. By gaining a better understanding of the cycles of sleep and wakefulness, we can learn how to live more mindfully, reduce stress, and ultimately, cultivate a life filled with greater tranquility and happiness. So, let's take a moment to reflect on the idea of being awake, not just in the physical sense, but also mentally and spiritually, and see how this awareness can enhance our daily lives. Buddhism on the mind and sleep. In Buddhist philosophy, the mind is often described as a continuous stream, known as citta. This term refers to the flow of consciousness, an ongoing process that shapes our experience of the world. The concept of Bhavanga-Citta, or the life continuum, is particularly important when we talk about sleep. According to Buddhist teachings, the mind does not simply turn off during sleep. Instead, it continues its flow, albeit at a more subtle, quiet level. Even though we are asleep, citta, our consciousness, remains active, underlying the transition between wakefulness and sleep. This suggests that, contrary to what we might think, sleep is not a complete cessation of the mind's activity. In fact, the Buddhist understanding of sleep highlights its connection to inner peace and mental stillness. While we may not be consciously aware of it, the mind is still working behind the scenes, processing emotions, sorting through the events of the day, and even consolidating memories. From a Buddhist perspective, sleep is a vital part of maintaining mental health, just as much as meditation and mindfulness practice. The mind needs rest, but it also needs balance. Think of the mind as a musical instrument like a guitar. Just as a guitar string should not be too tight or too loose, the mind must be tuned in order to find the proper balance for restorative sleep. If the mind is too stressed or anxious, it can create disturbances in our sleep. On the other hand, if the mind is too loose or distracted, it may not reach the deep, restorative stages of sleep that are necessary for recovery. In modern science, deep sleep, particularly during the stage known as slow-wave sleep, is essential for physical and mental restoration. During this time, the body repairs tissues, strengthens the immune system, and clears out metabolic waste products. Scientifically, deep sleep is understood as the period when the body and brain undergo significant restorative processes. The brain is active in its own way, even if we are not consciously aware of it. Just like a computer in sleep mode, the mind continues to process information, albeit at a much lower energy level. The sleep mode of a computer is a useful analogy for understanding how the mind works during deep sleep. While it may seem as though nothing is happening, the computer is still processing background tasks. Similarly, even when we sleep, our minds are still active, processing emotions and consolidating memories, just at a quieter, less conscious level. Buddhism offers valuable insights into the importance of this quiet state of mind. While we may not be aware of it, deep sleep provides a space for the mind to return to its natural state of peace and balance. In Buddhist practice, achieving this mental stillness is not only beneficial for sleep, but also for meditation and mindfulness throughout the day. By recognizing the value of both wakefulness and sleep, we can approach our lives with greater clarity and equanimity. We learn to appreciate the balance of rest and activity, understanding that both are necessary for a harmonious life. In conclusion, the Buddhist view of the mind during sleep suggests that while our conscious awareness may be offline, the mind remains active in a more subtle way. This concept reminds us that true peace and mental clarity come from understanding the continuous flow of citta and the importance of balancing rest and wakefulness. Whether in meditation, wakefulness, or sleep, the mind seeks balance, an essential part of maintaining mental health, well-being, and inner peace. Dreams and their meaning in Buddhism. Dreams have long been a source of fascination, both in science and spiritual traditions. In Buddhism, dreams are seen as a reflection of the mind, offering insights into our unresolved emotions, desires, and anxieties. Just as the surface of a lake reflects the sky, dreams reflect the inner state of our consciousness. They are not merely random, but rather, they represent the activity of the mind during sleep. This can include unresolved fears, hopes, and feelings that have not been addressed while we are awake. In the Buddhist tradition, the mind is constantly processing experiences, and dreams provide an outlet for this processing. For example, in the Jataka tales, a collection of stories about the previous lives of the Buddha, there is the story of King Pasenadi. The king experienced a series of unsettling dreams, which were later interpreted as reflections of his inner turmoil and worries about his reign. These dreams were not just random thoughts. They were manifestations of his anxieties and the unresolved concerns of his mind. Through this tale, we learn that dreams often serve as a mirror to our subconscious, reflecting our fears, desires, and unresolved emotions. King Pasenadi's dreams offer a reminder that what we experience in our waking life can follow us into sleep, influencing our dreams and, in turn, our mental well-being. From a scientific perspective, dreams have been a subject of study for many years. One area of research focuses on REM, rapid eye movement, sleep, the phase of sleep when dreaming is most vivid. During REM sleep, the brain is highly active, and emotions and memories are processed. Studies have shown that dreams are often linked to our emotional state, helping to process feelings and memories from the day. The brain appears to work through unresolved emotions, consolidating memories, and potentially even problem-solving. This connection between dreams and emotional regulation suggests that our dreams might not only reflect our emotional state but also serve as a form of mental housekeeping. Moreover, research on the connection between dreams and memory indicates that dreams play a role in consolidating memories. When we experience something significant or emotional during the day, our brain stores that information. At night, particularly during REM sleep, the brain sifts through these memories, linking them with other experiences. This process helps us understand and integrate these experiences into our broader life narrative. Just as the Buddhist view sees dreams as reflections of the mind, science confirms that dreams can help us make sense of our waking experiences. Both Buddhist philosophy and modern science share the understanding that dreams are a reflection of our mind and emotions. In Buddhism, this is seen as a natural process of the mind working through unresolved experiences. The teachings of the Buddha emphasize the importance of understanding our mental state and the nature of our thoughts, which includes our dreams. By cultivating mindfulness, we can learn to observe our dreams and gain deeper insights into our emotional and mental states. In this way, dreams are not something to fear or dismiss, but rather an opportunity to engage with our deeper selves, just as we do through meditation in our waking life. Interestingly, both Buddhism and scientific studies suggest that our dreams are not simply random events, but are deeply connected to our psychological state. The mind, in its effort to bring balance and clarity, uses dreams as a tool to process emotions and integrate experiences. In Buddhism, the idea of mindfulness extends to our dreams, encouraging us to observe them without attachment or judgment. By understanding that dreams are reflections of our mental processes, we can approach them with greater awareness, using them as an opportunity for self-reflection and growth. In conclusion, the meaning of dreams in Buddhism and their scientific explanations share common ground in viewing dreams as a reflection of our mind. Whether through the Buddhist lens of processing unresolved emotions or the scientific understanding of memory consolidation, both perspectives highlight the role of dreams in our mental and emotional health. By integrating the wisdom of Buddhism with the findings of modern science, we can gain a deeper understanding of our dreams and their significance. Dreams offer us a glimpse into our inner world, allowing us to process our experiences and achieve a greater sense of peace and clarity in our waking lives. Deep sleep and Buddhism's view of Bhavanga-Citta. In Buddhist philosophy, the mind is seen as a continuous flow, not merely an active or passive entity but a stream that transcends the waking state. This is captured in the concept of Bhavanga-Citta, often translated as the basic state of mind or the underlying continuity of consciousness. Bhavanga refers to the background or substratum of the mind, which is constantly active, even when we are not aware of it. In deep sleep, for example, this foundational state of consciousness does not cease but continues to operate on a subtle level, maintaining the continuity of life itself. This uninterrupted flow of consciousness allows us to remain connected to the essence of our being, even when the mind appears dormant. This idea offers a unique perspective on deep sleep in Buddhism. While our conscious mind may be inactive or disengaged during sleep, the Bhavanga-Citta remains present, functioning in the background. It is akin to the idea of a river that continues flowing even though the surface may appear still. This continuity ensures that we wake up refreshed, ready for a new day. The Buddhist view suggests that deep sleep is not the cessation of mind, but rather a subtle, underlying state that supports the body and mind's recovery. It is through Bhavanga-Citta that we can maintain our well-being and reestablish balance after the wear and tear of daily life. From a scientific perspective, the importance of deep sleep, also known as NREM or non-rapid eye movement sleep, is well documented. Deep sleep is the phase where the body undergoes critical restorative processes. During this time, the body repairs tissues, strengthens the immune system, and replenishes energy stores. This stage is also essential for mental health as it contributes to the consolidation of memories, emotional processing, and cognitive functioning. One of the most significant aspects of deep sleep is the slow wave sleep, SWS, phase, characterized by low-frequency brain waves. This stage is particularly important for physical recovery and emotional well-being. It is during these deep, restorative periods that the mind is able to cleanse itself of unnecessary or overwhelming emotions, allowing us to wake up with a sense of clarity and alertness. The connection between deep sleep and Bhavanga-Citta is striking, as both emphasize the role of continuity in our mental and physical processes. While science may describe deep sleep in terms of biological and neurological restoration, Buddhism offers a spiritual interpretation, that the continuity of the Bhavanga-Citta ensures the mind remains in a state of balance, even when we are not consciously aware of it. Both perspectives suggest that sleep is not merely a break from life, but an active, healing process that prepares us for the challenges of the next day. In this way, deep sleep serves as a bridge between our waking consciousness and the unconscious, allowing for both physical and mental renewal. Why is deep sleep so crucial for our overall health? Scientifically, sleep helps us maintain optimal brain function. It clears out toxins that accumulate in the brain during the day, supporting cognitive health and reducing the risk of neurological diseases. Moreover, the restorative effects of deep sleep extend to emotional regulation. Sleep allows the mind to process and make sense of emotional experiences, which is why a lack of sleep can lead to heightened stress, irritability, and emotional instability. In the Buddhist tradition, the mind's ability to rejuvenate and refresh itself during deep sleep is also considered crucial for emotional and spiritual balance. Just as the body requires rest, the mind needs this time to release the emotional burdens of the day, ensuring we wake up ready to face life with a clear mind and peaceful heart. The concept of Bhavanga-Citta and deep sleep also speaks to the Buddhist understanding of impermanence. Just as everything in life is subject to change, so too is the state of consciousness, which transitions seamlessly from waking to sleeping states and back again. The mind does not cease to exist when we sleep, but it enters a different phase of activity. Similarly, our daily experiences are constantly changing, but the Bhavanga-Citta remains as the foundation, providing continuity and stability. Both sleep and Bhavanga-Citta serve as reminders that while external conditions may change, the underlying flow of consciousness remains constant, providing a sense of stability and continuity in our lives. In summary, both science and Buddhist teachings highlight the importance of deep sleep for our overall health and well-being. From the Buddhist perspective, Bhavanga-Citta represents the continuous, underlying flow of consciousness that supports both the body and mind during sleep. In the scientific view, deep sleep, particularly in the form of slow-wave sleep, is essential for physical and mental restoration. The intersection of these views underscores the significance of sleep not just as a break from daily activity, but as an integral part of our spiritual, emotional, and physical health. By understanding this deeper connection, we can approach sleep with greater awareness and appreciation, fostering a more peaceful and balanced life. mindfulness and the awakening process. In Buddhism, mindfulness or sati is considered one of the most essential qualities to cultivate in order to live a life of peace and clarity. However, mindfulness goes beyond merely being aware of one's thoughts or actions. It is about being fully present and attentive in every moment, regardless of the circumstances. The act of awakening in the morning, therefore, is not just about opening one's eyes but about starting the day with a sense of conscious awareness. For Buddhists, it is crucial to begin the day with mindfulness, free from haste or automatic reactions. This moment of waking is seen as an opportunity to set the tone for the rest of the day, an opportunity to align the mind and body with calmness and purpose. In Buddhist teachings, waking up is a metaphor for the spiritual awakening that one strives for throughout their life. Just as the body awakes from sleep, so too should the mind awaken from the ignorance and distractions that cloud our daily lives. The Buddha himself serves as a prime example of how mindfulness can be practiced from the moment of waking up. According to the Buddhist scriptures, the Buddha would wake up early each day, even before the sun rose, to engage in meditation and contemplation. He would spend time reflecting on the nature of existence, observing his thoughts and feelings, and establishing a sense of mental clarity before starting his daily activities. This early morning practice allowed him to approach the day with a calm, focused mind and a sense of openness to whatever challenges might arise. This process of awakening in the Buddhist sense is not merely about physical movement or the act of opening one's eyes, but about setting an intentional direction for the day. The Buddha's practice is often likened to the metaphor of adjusting the sails of a ship before setting out to sea. If the sails are aligned correctly, the journey will be smoother, and the destination will be reached with greater ease. Similarly, starting the day with mindfulness is akin to setting the sails of our minds, ensuring that our thoughts and actions are in harmony with our higher values. This practice of mindful awakening is a powerful tool for creating a day filled with peace and purpose. On the scientific side, the process of waking up is often linked to the body's natural circadian rhythms and the release of the hormone cortisol. Cortisol, commonly known as the stress hormone, is produced by the adrenal glands and plays a significant role in the body's natural waking process. Upon waking, cortisol levels rise, helping the body and mind transition from the state of rest to a state of alertness. This process, often referred to as the cortisol awakening response, is an essential part of the body's internal clock, ensuring that we are prepared for the day ahead. However, the way we wake up can significantly influence our mental and emotional state for the rest of the day. Research shows that the manner in which we wake up can have a profound effect on our mood, stress levels, and overall mental health. For example, waking up abruptly to a loud alarm or in a rushed manner can trigger feelings of anxiety, irritation, and stress. This kind of rushed awakening can set a negative tone for the entire day, leading to an ongoing cycle of stress and frustration. On the other hand, waking up gently with awareness and intention can lead to a calmer, more centered mindset. Studies have also shown that people who engage in calming morning rituals, such as deep breathing or stretching, experience lower levels of cortisol and report higher levels of happiness and well-being. The connection between mindfulness and the waking process highlights how both Buddhism and science emphasize the importance of how we approach the start of our day. In Buddhist practice, this means cultivating mindfulness from the moment we wake up, avoiding the urge to react automatically to external circumstances. It's about awakening not just from sleep, but from the distractions and disturbances of the mind. By starting the day with a few moments of stillness, we can establish a foundation of peace and clarity that will carry us through the rest of the day. The more we practice waking up mindfully, the more we are able to carry this sense of presence and awareness into every aspect of our lives, making each moment more meaningful and intentional. In conclusion, the process of waking up, both in the Buddhist and scientific contexts, is more than just a physical transition from sleep to wakefulness. It is a significant moment that sets the stage for how we will approach the day ahead. By incorporating mindfulness into our morning routine, we can cultivate a deeper sense of awareness and intentionality, transforming the way we experience each day. Whether through the Buddha's example of early morning meditation or the scientific understanding of cortisol and circadian rhythms, we see that how we wake up matters. It shapes our mental and emotional well-being, helping us navigate the challenges of daily life with greater calm and clarity. By practicing mindfulness from the moment we wake, we begin to live more fully in each moment, creating a life of peace, purpose, and presence. Practicing mindfulness in the morning. The practice of mindfulness can begin the moment you wake up in the morning, offering an opportunity to set a positive tone for the entire day. Mindfulness in this context is not just about being awake, but about being present with the experience of waking up. One way to begin is by waking up slowly. Instead of jumping out of bed immediately, take a few moments to become aware of your surroundings. Pay attention to the sensation of your breath, the rise and fall of your chest, and the feeling of the sheets against your skin. Listen to the sounds around you, perhaps the chirping of birds outside, the hum of an air conditioner, or even the quietness of the morning. These moments of sensory awareness allow you to ground yourself in the present and avoid the rush of the day ahead. As you continue to wake up, begin to cultivate a positive intention for the day. This can be as simple as setting an intention to be more patient, compassionate, or grateful. Perhaps you wish to carry an attitude of kindness throughout the day or approach challenges with an open mind. By setting an intention, you are giving your mind a clear direction, much like a compass guiding you through the course of your day. This small but meaningful practice helps you start the day with purpose and awareness, rather than reacting mindlessly to whatever comes your way. In addition to helping you begin your day with intention, the practice of mindfulness in the morning has many benefits. For one, it can significantly reduce stress. By taking time to be present with your breath and body, you create space for calmness to emerge. This helps prevent the mind from becoming overwhelmed by the rush of thoughts that often accompany the start of a busy day. When you wake up mindfully, you are less likely to feel frazzled or anxious, as you take control of your mental state right from the start. This allows you to approach the day with a greater sense of peace and clarity. Furthermore, the practice of morning mindfulness enhances your mental clarity. By focusing on the present moment, you cultivate a sense of alertness and attentiveness that stays with you throughout the day. This increased mental clarity can help you make more thoughtful decisions and respond to situations with a clear and balanced mind. Whether you're making important decisions at work or handling interpersonal interactions, mindfulness helps you stay centered and focused. Another key benefit of practicing mindfulness in the morning is that it prepares you to face challenges more effectively. Life is full of unexpected twists and difficulties, but when you start the day with mindfulness, you are better equipped to deal with these challenges. Instead of reacting impulsively, you are able to respond with patience, resilience, and a greater sense of perspective. This makes it easier to stay calm under pressure and find creative solutions to problems. Incorporating mindfulness into your morning routine is a simple yet powerful way to transform your day. By waking up with intention, being aware of your breath and surroundings, and cultivating positive qualities such as gratitude or patience, you set the stage for a day of greater peace, clarity, and resilience. This practice not only helps reduce stress, but also promotes mental well-being and a sense of calm throughout the day. Through this mindfulness practice, you can begin each day feeling more grounded, present, and ready to take on whatever comes your way with grace and ease. To summarize the key points, sleep and dreaming are essential parts of our lives. They not only help restore our bodies but also reflect the state of our minds. In Buddhism, both sleep and dreams are seen as opportunities for the mind to process emotions, desires, and unresolved issues. These experiences, whether we are aware of them or not, shape our mental and emotional state. Awakening, however, is not just about opening our eyes in the morning. It is about being truly present in every moment. Mindfulness, or Tentuk, is the key to living a conscious and peaceful life. By practicing mindfulness, we can create a sense of awareness that helps us navigate daily challenges with clarity and calmness. It allows us to respond to life's ups and downs with patience and compassion rather than reacting impulsively. I encourage you to practice mindfulness each morning. Start with just a few minutes to reconnect with yourself before diving into the busyness of the day. Notice your breath, your surroundings, and set a positive intention for the day ahead. These simple steps can help set the tone for a more peaceful and mindful life. Finally, it is important to maintain peace and mindfulness not only during our waking hours but also in our sleep. By practicing mindfulness both during the day and before sleep, we can cultivate a sense of balance, calm, and well-being that extends through all areas of our lives. Through this, we can live more consciously, experiencing each moment with greater clarity, peace, and joy.